For more chat about geek entertainment, answers to your questions, and news from the wider world of Christian geekery, get the Christian Geek Central podcast today on iTunes and other podcast services. Okay. All right. Yeah, good coin. Leather armor and a helmet. Let's see. Light armor. No. Yeah, this is pretty low-level stuff. I don't think it's going to be really useful to me. Oh yeah, you can't even wear light armor, Elderast. What else did I pick up? Let's see. Oh yeah, this helmet thing. Vast intelligence. He's already got one of those. And nobody else needs that. So, we're good. Hey, good morning, Adam. Oh, man. I remember a year or two ago, there was somebody overseas. It was Katja from the Netherlands that went to bed at one point in my stream, and then a number of hours later said hello again, and it just dawned on me, this person slept. They had their whole sleeping experience for the night. It's so bizarre. So bizarre. So Francisco asks, do you ever think about doing a board game segment for these marathons? Would it entail too many cameras to set up? I absolutely do, Francisco, and I absolutely did once again this year. And the thing is, I would need another camera that is streaming ready. And I do have another digital camera that I purchased years ago when I first started realizing that I wanted to do more on YouTube. And it's a nice camera. And I use it when I've made board game content in the past. I'll have multiple cameras set up, but it's not streaming compatible. It doesn't have like a pass-through that can hook it up to my computer. And I could have bought a model at the time that did, but I was like, I don't want to do streaming. I just want to make YouTube content, you know. So it's been good for YouTube content, even though I haven't done board game content in a while. So the only thing I've played with that would still be an option would be to use my phone as a second camera, but I would still need to buy some software in order to have my phone be capturable on my computer at the same time as this camera, so that I can have one camera on the tabletop and one camera on me, or, you know, if we can get, if you can get a shot of people and the board in one shot, you're usually sacrificing something. So it would be ideal to have a camera that's on me and then a camera that's really focused on the board and what's going on the board. I think I even use like 3 cameras total when I've done those Let's Play board game series things. So so it's definitely something that is recurringly on my mind. It's just never quite seemed worth the investment, but I'll continue thinking about it. I think I'm close to pulling the trigger at some point. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, Arvo does sound like a Farscape character. Reed. Let's see, it might be about time for me to move on to a different game. Even though we found this dungeon that I'm pretty happy with. Let's see here. What in the world? This is just some weird flavored thing. It doesn't look like... North to the River Kingdoms. I mean, maybe there's some... Maybe there's some clues here of some place I can explore, but I don't think it's going to be really necessary for me to read. Oops. I did mean to pick it up, though. Can we open this chest? Come on. Why can't we open the chest? Did I take everything? Please tell me that I took everything. I didn't see all that was in there. Crap. Where's the, where's that journal thing? If I don't have that in my inventory, that says to me I didn't pick everything up, so What the crap? Why can I not open that chest again? Open! There we go. That was weird. Okay, there's some glitchiness going on there. So yeah, I'll take that. There was something else there that I must have picked up. That's everything. Okay. Weird. How are we doing here? What is this over here? Is that a hidden room that I didn't quite discover? What am I looking at? Huh. Alright, let's do a little quick save here. Ooh, Eldrast's a little low on health. That's not ideal. Hey, John. Good to see you. Melissa Leonetti asks, did you beat Pillars? Yes, I did. I first played through the main campaign on PC, and then when it came out on consoles, I repurchased it, played through it again, and then also did the White March expansion, parts 1 and 2, and really enjoyed all of that, except for like the very tail end of the White March. The battles just got a little too big and overblown, and I had to do a lot of resting and. Actually, no, I think I solved that problem by just dialing the difficulty down, because I wasn't on the absolute lowest difficulty through my playthrough on that. I think toward the very end I was like, let's just bump it down a little bit more. These battles are taking too long. John Wilkerson said, when are you playing Super Mario Bros? That was this morning during the donor fulfillment and milestone stunts segment. So if you... I don't know if YouTube will let you back up the live stream that far or what. But if you are not able to see it that way, then it will be probably the 1, 2, 3, 4th episode, maybe the 5th, that I put up when I put this up in hourly chunks over the coming weeks and months. So you shouldn't have to wait too terribly long if you can't rewind back to it now. Let's see here. I did quick save, right? Oh. No, I'm torn. Hang on, I think I need to, yeah, I gotta restart my recording here. Arch Saint says, oh nice, Pater, what did you think of Pillars of Eternity 2? The core game, like what that experience is that I played of it on PS4, I know you're a PC guy, Arch Saint, was pretty rough because it had frequent load screens and lengthy load screens. And then there was also some pathfinding issues where your party would just glitch out and like not be able to traverse some areas because of pathfinding issues. And so it really needed some kinks to be ironed out of it, which I believe the pathfinding stuff, I'm almost positive I read in some patch notes, that's been solved. But I think the loading times are still ridiculous. So I liked the core gameplay. It's more Pillars of Eternity. I do not want to play it with a mouse and keyboard, and so I'm not willing, unfortunately, to play it on PC, even though I imagine that it's going to be a much smoother experience. So at this point, I am waiting to play it on a next-gen console in hopes that the SSD will eliminate or drastically reduce those load times. And then I think I will probably have a great experience waiting for me. So we'll see. So that's just the quick version of my thoughts on that. So I am torn. Let me look at my list of games that I have installed here. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go back to Star Wars Force Unleashed, but yeah, there's like Fallout 3, Far Cry Blood Dragon, and Singularity, all three of those Xbox 360 games. I think I would enjoy getting to. I probably won't go back to Homefront. I still haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn, Agents of Mayhem, Mass Effect Andromeda. Yeah, I really should move on to something else. So I'm going to take a little bathroom break, man, let me think here. If I were to spend an hour on those games, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to get to that one. 5, 6, 7. So I would still have time between now and 11 o'clock to give an hour to each of the games that I want to play other than this one. And then I would still have the rest of the stream to kind of pick out the favorites that are going to keep me going through the late hours of the night. So actually, I'm still going to take a bathroom break, but I think I'm going to stick with this dungeon a little bit longer and see how we do. So anyway, just a couple minutes here. Oops. Another reason that it might be wise for me to drink more water is because it means more frequent bathroom breaks. And one thing I've discovered, you know, for the years I've been doing Extra Life is I really start to value, about this point going forward into the marathon, getting away from the stimulation. I've got two peripheral lights constantly shining in my peripheral vision. I've got sound from games constantly going on in my ears, and it's much more present with the headphones on than with just like speakers in my office. I've got two monitors here. There's just a lot of stimulation, and I'm thinking a lot, thinking about the games, thinking about interacting with chat. And so when I step away for, like, whether it's a meal break or bathroom break, and I have the opportunity to just hear silence for a little bit and just close my eyes and experience nothingness for a little while, it's really nice. But on we go into the depths of the dungeon. All right. Cool. You guys got all kinds of nice conversations going on between you. I don't need to butt in there. I have a dungeon to delve. Let's see here. No, I'm good. Now, before I leave this level, I do want to go and check out this thing right here. That looks suspicious to me. Elder asked, your health could use a little bit of attention. Just a little bit, nothing crazy. And thankfully, I have a cleric with this nice ability. Kind of gives everybody a little refresher. Very nice. It's kind of cool. I've gotten to know the Pathfinder universe just a little bit because I play a lot of the Pathfinder adventure card game. I've got a buddy that who donated and got some game requests and a song request. Mark Pennington is my gaming buddy, and he and I have played through an entire campaign of the Pathfinder adventure card game, and I am playing through one solo right now, which, speaking of just wanting to get away from stimulation, that sounds really nice right now. I think I might do some of that tomorrow when I'm recovering. It's just being away from screens, having a quiet office, and just silently playing. Because you can play it solo if you want, as long as you're willing to control two characters. So anyway, like Amiri is one of the characters that you can play, and so is... oh, maybe Harim is not. I'm confusing him with a different guy, but Amiri at least. And I think I've seen another NPC that's one of the characters you can control in the game. And like Lamashtu, one of the gods is named Lamashtu. That sounds familiar, and so... Okay, so that's going down further. I am not ready for that yet. So let's go check out that suspicious-looking part of the dungeon that I think I just probably need to pass a perception check or something to see. This game goes a long way just giving me that crunchy boots and clanking armor and stuff. That really tickles my fancy, scratches my itches, floats my boats, and makes my buckets fly. Well, what the heck? Yeah, there is something there. I can just faintly make it out. Do I need to go back to this room to access it? Is there another door around here or something? Ugh. And here, too. There seems to be just a little bit of something there that I'm not quite perceiving. Well, nuts. Oh well. I mean, given the low-level monsters I've been fighting and the relatively low-level loot I've found so far, it's probably nothing great. I mean, one of those rooms I found loot in was a room that I found through a perception check. Even so, though, dang it, maybe it's a high-level check because it's got high-level stuff. Do I have any abilities that can boost my... Forget it. Forget it. I don't care that much. I don't like missing stuff, but I would rather just forge onward into the dungeon, fight more baddies, get more loot, just continue that loop. Yeah, Francisco says, watch the Holly portion of the stream on repost to get that reference all. Yeah, that was... I specifically didn't explain it. I was like, that's a little callback for those of you that were tuning in earlier. We're going way down. And I mean way down. Way down. Way down. Way down. It's too early to be like that, Pater. Come on now, you gotta save that for when you're really starting to lose it. If I'm doing that now, what am I gonna be doing at 1:30? Or 3:30? I don't know. Do a barrel roll, John Wilkerson says. It's not as cool as making your buckets fly. Oh, what? Okay. Last time I went through one of these portals, I fought a lady in the shallows that frickin' took forever to kill. Tenebrous Ruins. It doesn't say enter the portal. I don't know what to make of this, but I know how to make a save, so I'm going to do that. Look at these beauties coming up later on. If you missed it, I put up a video on how to make stamina potions and talked about where I got these fancy new bottles for my stamina potions. These babies are gonna give me powers later tonight. Ha ha ha! Then my buckets will really fly. Okay. I saw in the battle notes something dies, and I was like, did one of my guys die? Okay. Where Tiger? Oh, I should inspect, see what kind of levels we're talking about here. Level 7 rogue, so yeah, we're doing good. I'm not feeling the insanity, at least in the game yet. Oh, thanks, Francisco, for putting that reminder out there. I forgot to mention it to a couple of people that have jumped on the chat since then. But yeah, if it's hard for me to keep track of the chat. Azure Knight Gamer, welcome. Greetings from Brazil. So cool. Thanks for coming. Yeah, if you put at Christian Geek Central without any spaces in your message somewhere, it gets highlighted in orange, and so it catches my attention. That lets me know if you're directing something at me that you specifically want me to respond to, then that's helpful. Love interacting with you guys. and that makes it easier for me to do that. Yeah. All right, so these were tigers? Maybe that is the word were tiger. Yeah, well, they were tigers, and now they're just corpses. No. Yes. Yes. All right, people, we're doing pretty good here. I haven't checked out that portal. I need to remember to check out that portal. Huh, Tenebrious Depths 2. I wonder, you know, that the big mega dungeon I was talking about in Pillars of Eternity 2, it had doors that would lead down into further depths of the further levels of the dungeon, but then it also had these other portals you could run into now and then that were like shortcuts to the surface. But that seems too soon to have a shortcut to the surface. All right, well, I just got to remember, I cannot leave this level without without stepping into that portal and at least checking it out. All right. Come on. Okay, now can she disarm it before they come over? No, girl, come on. You need to disarm that. I don't want you guys walking into that stuff. Oh, can I not disarm the trap once battle has... There we go. Disarm the trap, girl. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Oh, crap! Alright. Well, not that bad. It probably did more damage to them than it did to me by the looks of it. Good, good. What is this guy? Greater werewolf. Alright, good work, team. What is this? Some kind of portal trap sucking me into another dimension? What is that? I don't even know what I'm looking at. Oh, create pit reflex saves. That's a... okay. Okay. Oh, how heavy is that? Oh, that's worth picking up. Nah, it is not. Okay. Okay. Handful of gems, yes. It says a merchant would pay well for it. I have my doubts. Yeah. Yeah, we want that. And we got 2 doors here at least. Yeah. Okay. Well, we follow the left wall. Anybody drag their hand when you're exploring a dungeon? Anybody clear it by, dragging your right hand along the right wall? If you know what I'm talking about, in order to be systematic with your dungeon crawling. My son Asher surprised me a little bit when he said that he drags it across the right wall. I go left. I go left. Any other right wallers? Any other left wallers? Make yourselves known. Well, I want some unidentified bracers. It sounds like a useful kind of bracer to have. Bracers of armor. Not great. Let's see here. Wizards and Warriors says, do you own a Switch? If so, planning on getting Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity? No and no. I was just talking to... I host a monthly podcast at my church, and when we get in the green room, there's like a few different a couple of volunteers, one staff member and stuff, and they all got they're all like Nintendo people and into their Switches and stuff like that. And so we got on that topic a little bit. And I think if I were to get a Switch ever, Breath of the Wild would probably be one of my first purchases. I think I'd get the Monster Hunter game on there first, though, that I can't get on PS4 at this point. But yeah, from what I understand, that's more of a, I think it's called Musou, is the type of genre, where it's like a Dynasty Warriors clone with a Zelda skin on top of it. They've made one or two of those that are Dragon Quest themed. And so from what I understand, it's not the same type of gameplay at all as Breath of the Wild. It just uses that world and characters and stuff like that. So, and I've never really played that style of game before, like a Musou, if I'm remembering correctly, that's what they're called. So that's not really, that's even less on my radar than Breath of the Wild. But yeah. All right, well, I guess that's the trade-off is, you know, having easier encounters and not having great loot as a result. And that's fine. I understand that they need to do that. Is this really a dead end? No, see, look, there's something there. Dang it, there is something there. I can even see it. All right. Now I've got a little bit more in me to want to look for this kind of stuff. Do I have in the way of spells or items that might help out with perception? I mean, I think wisdom is tied to perception, and I've got... Maybe that one dude who's got a wisdom thing, maybe if I give that to my rogue? Because I think wisdom is what it's linked to in D&D, and Pathfinder. I think the rules are quite similar to at least 3rd edition D&D. Divine power, that's probably not right. No. Okay. Is he still wearing that thing? Or do I have a spare one? That's intelligence. Let's see here. Oh, here. Yeah. What can I give on him? Put on him instead. Oh, I think this. Just in case we run into undead, I guess that's something. So, Ebony. Oh, crap! She's already wearing one. Dang it. Okay. 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 So, yeah, I am just out of luck. Alright. I just have to be content, you know? Sometimes in life, you just have to be content with what God has given you, and not always be focused on what you don't have. I've been talking to my boys about that a little bit in recent weeks and months, and that's a lesson that I am still learning. I am thankful. I am thankful for all that these dungeons have had up to this point, and I can be content with that. You know, I've had good combat encounters, nice and casual, which is good for this point in the stream. I can't be getting all tactical. I don't have the brain power for that, I don't think. I might have earlier this morning, but the chat was really active, super active this morning. And it would have been too hard then, too. So, I have not found a downward door, so maybe this is the downward door? I don't know. We're gonna do another hard save. And then we'll check it out! Let's see here. Several things. John Wilkerson says, did anyone tell you, tell me there's a new president-elect? Yes, Holly did text and told me about that update. And I just made a point that I'm not really going to talk about that on the live stream. But hey, at least we know somebody's going to be doing some things in that position instead of... it took a while. It took a while to get that figured out. Anyway, As Your Night Gamer says, what is your favorite PS2 game? Good question. It's apples and oranges. Yeah, dude, it's apples and oranges because I really like the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance games and the games that are like them. So like Champions of Norath, all those Diablo clones I really like. I like those more than the Diablo games, than any Diablo game or any other Diablo clone. I love those games. Played through them multiple times. Justice League Heroes, also made by the same teams that made some of those games. And it's also like a superhero Diablo clone. That's certainly my favorite superhero game maybe ever. Yeah, it's too hard. It's too hard to tell because they're just... It would be one of those games or the original Shadow Hearts, which I played some of in the Halloween-themed live stream that I did a week or so ago. Or Final Fantasy XII. But of course, if I had to play Final Fantasy XII today, not had to, but if I were to play it today, which I have some more of a few months ago, as recent as that, I was playing some of it. I'd play the updated version for PS4, but I cannot answer that question because the games that I would potentially rank as the top, there's another game like them there's another game I would say I enjoy just as much, but it's a different type of game. So it doesn't feel quite right to pit them up against each other. So too close to call. Too close to call. Let's see here. I did save. Okay, good. Here we go. John Wilkerson says, good call. Yeah, not really bringing up the whole president thing. Yeah. Yeah, except to say, as I said on the podcast, just it's helpful for us to have an awareness that other people that we assume might have the same views as us very well may not. And, the one thing I did comment on was that it took them a while to sort through who was going to be the president come 2021, because this is, I think, the closest election we've had in history. And so I think that would be the one comment I would say, is that this is a time more than ever where it's important for us, I think, especially as Christian geeks who maybe are less tuned in to reading other people and anticipating how they might react, to be tuned in to that in particular, and to just the political climate that people have very different views, and we just can't assume that people are going to have the same view as us, or that there is a Christian view on the topic of wearing masks, or the topic of the next president of the United States, or those kinds of things. There just isn't. The best I think we can do in so many situations like those is say, okay, I'm going to try and make the choice that is honoring to God, but let's be honest, it's all a big mess. And so a lot of the choices we're presented with are just like, okay, what's the least bad choice? I'll do that and just pray for God to move and make up for the deficiencies in how this is all going to play out, So, Where the crap am I? Okay, it looks like they did spit me out at the entrance. So it is like a shortcut. Okay. Huh. I wonder if in some way the content, the harder content, is gated by the fact that I can't detect the entry points to it. That's really bizarre. Because there was nowhere else for me to go in that second level of the dungeon. There was no way for me to go deeper, and this just spit me back out to the front. So this is a puzzle that I am going to have to solve another time. So I'll just go ahead and save my game here. Actually, no, I saved my game. I won't want to just load up my game next time just to have to look at another loading screen and go back to the dungeon. I saved before I left, so I'll just stop right here. And while I was going to move on to the 360, but I'm not going to do that because I'm thinking I'm still fairly sharp mentally, and so I should do a game that's a little bit more on the thinky side while I can. And so the other game that I have left that I think is a bit more of a thinky game would be Battlechasers Nightwar, which is a turn-based RPG with fairly light tactics, but I mean I still have to think a little bit. So let me just see if there's not something else that's more thinky than this that I would want to do first. I don't think so. I don't think so. So I'll play this for a little bit. I don't know if I'll give a ton of time to it or not, but... John Wilkerson, I love that idea. He says, have you ever thought about playing oof, that's loud. It's got this long intro that I can't really skip. You have to wait until, I don't know if this is hiding a load screen or something. There it is. Last time I saved earlier this week, I did lower the music in the game, so it shouldn't be that loud. If that was just blaring and covering up my voice, I don't know. But John Wilkerson says, have you ever thought about putting a 24-hour countdown clock in the screen instead of the time? And I haven't. I like that idea. What I think I would do before that is add a 24-hour countdown rather than do that in place of the time, because I like for the future, when I put this out in 1 hour installments, to have that context there, especially in the later night hours, so that people can appreciate, as I'm getting into the later night hours, how far into it I am. Like, not just how far into it, how close to the end I am, but like what time it is. So that they can go, oh yeah, 3:30, he's kind of losing it. But yeah, maybe next year I'll see if there's a way to do that. The time is linked into a bit of software that I have that specifically kind of like is a third-party tool or something that I can, or a widget or whatever that I can add to this streaming software. I don't know what I would use for a countdown. The countdown I have during my meal breaks, that's a pre-recorded thing. I don't know if I could be running a pre-recorded 24-hour countdown. I don't know. I'll have to give some thought to that, because I do like that idea. Or something like that. Well, I'm feeling pretty good about how I've been keeping up with change in the game titles. Let me check my timing one more time, just make sure that's still good. Check. Good. Yeah, I haven't switched consoles yet. It's usually when I switch consoles that the timing between my picture-in-picture and the game gets off. Now, I think... now, this is this is interesting timing to be kind of rekindling my interest in this a little bit. This is based on a comic book called Battlechasers, and I believe it serves as a sequel to that. You don't have to be familiar with it. I haven't read a single page of that comic, and they get you caught up enough in this game. But what's interesting is that this studio, I can't remember what their name is. Airship Syndicate? I think it's Airship Syndicate. They are making a turn-based RPG that's based in the world of some like, is it Apex Legends? No, it's not Apex Legends. Crap, it's some kind of hero arena shooter or something like that. Ah, crap, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, so, but it looks like it's a online multiplayer battle type MOBA type game, if I remember correctly, that I would have no interest in. But the world and the art design and stuff looks kind of interesting to me. And so if they make a game like this in that world, then I could be on board for that. Name some of the big like MOBAs, guys. It'll come to me. It's Oh, nice. That load into battle was much better than the last time I played this game. It was taking way too long to load into battle. Alright. Let's see here. Oh, this thing's gonna die pretty quick. Thank you, Francisco Ruiz. I'm almost positive that's correct. League of Legends, I believe, is the League of Legends. I believe is the world that it's set in. Thanks, guys. Thanks for shouting out. We had Heroes of the Storm, Smite, Dota. All games that I'll never play. And I'm sure they're great. Just not for me. Check gate. I think this is where I'm supposed to go. Check gate. This sturdy door is locked. Forest and hills can be seen beyond. Duh. I almost missed the D there. Use the Banog gate key. Alright. I feel like I should save. Oh, save and quit. Oh, this auto-saves. Okay. That's right. A clearing in the forest leads directly to the mouth of a cave. An unusual green light can be seen glistening on the stones. We're gonna enter the Banog cave and see what we might find. Coming up next on the countdown. Everyone's gonna die. In order of age. Or height. From smallest to largest. Alright, so let's see. He's got the healing stuff, so I want to keep that handy. Oh, but you know what? Let's, I think she has this attack where I can get the jump on him if I act fast enough, so let's keep that handy, actually, for now. So this game, you know, it has obviously a lot in common with JRPGs in the combat system, and even to a degree how the maps are, you know, like and like a top-down look, and it's all kind of sprite-based. Let's see here. Done reading. But it has like some dungeon crawly appeal to it that's a little more of a Western vibe. Must require something of astonishing power to use it correctly. Alright, well, I don't have anything of astonishing power at the moment. But as soon as I find something of astonishing power, I'll bring it back there. What do we got going on here? Anything? No? Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I should feel a little unsettled by the lack of enemies so far. Rock Crusher Fists, Chrome Cover. Those look like things I want to consider. Oh, dang. Let's see here. Less stamina, but a lot more damage and defense. I'm liking the sound of that. Oh, potential spam is calling. I'll let them leave a message. And they look better than those dumb boxing gloves. Those gloves look silly. Less health, but no, I think the trade-off is probably going to be worth it. Let's give that a try. And then, and I don't know, somebody... Oh yeah, so he's the one that wears these... Oh, that's not goggles, that's like a head plate or something. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Oh yeah, that is all kinds of better. Sold! Francisco Ruiz says, you are a huge anime fan, right? With all the ahs and eahs, right? Oh yeah. Cannot get enough of it. What? Can I only go down? Oh, there we go. Jeez Louise. Let's see here. Oh. Boss fight? I don't know. That looks a little, What the crap? Oh boy. Oh, I tried to get the jump on him. It wouldn't let me use that ability. Lesser Mana Elemental. Jeez Louise. Let me just double check and make sure that I did, in fact, turn the... Okay, I did turn the master audio down. Okay, so... Well, let's just try some attacks for now. Oof, not much. Not much. Let's do Gut Punch. Maybe increase the damage he'll be dealt. I can see that being pretty useful. Wizards of Warrior says, if you like top-down Diablo-esque games like this, Darksiders had a one-off recently that looked like this. I actually wanted to play it because I like that IP. Yeah, I think I would play the Darksiders Diablo clone more than the mainline entries to the series. Although this one, I don't think of as a Diablo-esque game because the combat's turn-based. I mean, it has that top-down perspective, but I mean, so does Pillars of Eternity and Neverwinter Nights, and those are definitely not Diablo-like games, apart from the isometric view. But I do like the aesthetic of Darksiders, and I think that I would probably give that one a try if I were to get into any Darksiders game. Bleed. I can see that being useful. So we're just gonna want to... This guy has a ton of HP, so we want to start picking away at him as soon as we can. Nice. I don't know what he bleeds, but that he bleeds is good. Roleplay Cafe says the animations in Battlechasers is awesome. You do gather more party members you can switch out. Oh, I didn't know that. So there's more than just these 3 later on in the game. That's cool. Let's see here. Over 4 hits. If centered or bleeding, the enemy takes an additional... Oh, geez, yes, that's what I want right now, because he is both sundered and bleeding. And then she is going to do... let's see here. 94 damage to target. That could be cool. But if I can avoid her using up mana, that would be nice. You've got attacks that generate what's called overcharge, which you can spend in place of mana if you have it. So it'll use your overcharge before it cuts into your mana. I don't know. I'll spend 5 mana to do 94 damage. Sure, let's give it a go. And then he is gonna do what? What do you got here? Let's see. What is that? 62 piercing damage causes target to bleed for 32 damage over 3 turns, ignoring damage mitigation. I mean, that sounds good too. And it's instant. This burst ability, I can't remember what... Oh, I think you build up a meter or something that allows you to burst. Well, hey, the meter's full. I'm doing this now while the doing's good. Ooh. Oh. That was sweet! The Christian Geek Central podcast is the longest-running podcast for Christian geeks with over 600 weekly episodes and counting, featuring audio versions of much of the same content you'll find here, plus exclusive content including weekly news updates from the creators of Christian comics, novels, and video games, debriefing and commentary about what I've been playing, reading, and watching, and my expanded responses to your comments and questions via YouTube, email, or the Christian Geek Central forums. And now, with timestamps, so you can jump straight to the segments you want to hear most. Get the Christian Geek Central podcast today on iTunes and other podcast services, and enjoy one more way you can geek out and seek the truth.